To the chop shop, I'm retro. Let's get it. We in the chop shop, we live in the chop shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the chop shop. We in the chop shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the chop shop. We in the chop shop, we live in the chop shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the chop shop. We in the chop shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the chop shop. Yeah, it's lit in the chop shop. Turn your dials up in the drop top. They ain't based to debate, but they keep it fact straight. Going 30 for 30, let's do a first take. On Facebook Live from 12 to 2. Rob Hatter and Jim Hicks going back and forth like Carter Ray, Skip Bayless and Stephen Smith. From on the court, off the court, straight to the field. Not a man that steals, but I made it steal. To the octagon where I fight to kill. We go face to face, then you write your will. I don't play tennis, but I bring the racket. I'm on the flow, I attack the basket. Put you in the casket when I'm overlapping. Never showing mercy, cause I'm always snapping. Never showing mercy when I'm in the arena. Step into the ring, you see me as I beat him. Step into the court, I'm never backing down. Killing competition, I'm smacking down. Let me get back to the other stuff at the chop shop, cause they cutting up. It's retro, coming to you live to the chop shop. Now let's turn it up. Yeah, we in the chop shop, man. Shout out to Jim Hicks and Rob Hatter. You can catch the chop shop live from 12 to 2 on Facebook Live. Let's get it. We in the chop shop, we live in the chop shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the chop shop. We in the chop shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the chop shop. We in the chop shop, we live in the chop shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the chop shop. We in the chop shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the chop shop.
H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks. But Jim Hicks is, as usual, he's on location at the Southwest Exposure Camp, a camp that he and Rick Nelson and the rest of the guys in the city are out there, giving these cats a chance to, the next couple of, yesterday and today, to get their thing. So I'm joined by Tyrone Irvin from Soapbox Heroes, a great comrade in this thing. Let me give y'all something. I got to. Hey, Brandy. Let me talk to my people first. But we're coming to you live from Houston, Texas. We're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. It's a great situation. It's a great time to share the show. If you're not on YouTube, go over there and subscribe. What's up, Kevin Freitman? Let me talk about my starting five. There's my 5 people who I see that pops up on my screen first. Derek Johnson, Anissa Veal, Rod Wells, Will Johnson, and Melvin Dews. They are my first 5, but guess what? Coming close second, I got Troy Callahan, Chris Charles, Brandon Nicholson, Mindy Collins, Kevin Freitman, Tyonda Holmes, Yolanda Green. They came right behind them. But let me tell you something. It's a great day. I'm not you. If you see, I still got Gemma behind me. I got a new picture, a picture of Gemma behind me, and I want to pin that on my on our Facebook feed today. Let's go and help Gemma and her family out. I got a video. They played a louder video. They made another video for me today, Tyrone. We're going to go and take a look at that. I mean, it's just, she's so cute. And what's up, Jeremy Cunningham up there in Dallas? But let me tell you something. We got so much stuff going on. I talked to a few people last night, and I'll tell you about what's going on. Southwest Exposure. Jimmy haven't given me an update. A couple of people called me, but guess what? I took to Twitter, and found y'all a few updates in case you want to know what I got a few guys that they're talking about over there at the camp. Uh, no, I'm not hating on YouTube. Martin Vaughn, you just didn't beat him, baby. Tyrone, why they trying to connect Tyrone? He got a poor connection. If you can hear me, just go out and come back in, and I'll bring you back in. But we gonna get this thing moving now. We can't let nothing stop us. But yesterday, y'all, Derrick Henry got signed a deal. He got a deal for him, but nothing for Dak. What's up, Troy Callahan? Derrick Henry, Robert Young Salons is in the building. Oh my God, all my guys in the building. What's up, everybody? But Derrick Henry, running back, gets the deal. Zach didn't. Twitter world went wild yesterday. Twitter went wild yesterday, y'all. Did y'all see how did some of y'all survive yesterday? If you had friends that were certified guys, you know what they call it, verified guys. It was a hack. Let me tell you, it was a massive security breach yesterday at Twitter. I'm trying to get Tyrone back in. It's a massive security breach, and a lot of verified accounts got their ability to tweet taken away from them. And let me talk to Tyrone. Tyrone, the next time it go out, just push the button and pop back in, and it'll pop back. Just push the button and pop back in. So let me tell you something. They got their ability to tweet taken away from them. Supposedly it's back now. But can you imagine? You know, you're being let me get Tyrone back in the screen. You're being important people. The reason they had to shut it down because we had important people, verified people like Barack Obama and guys like that, and there's somebody hacking. And Tyrone, I look a little deeper. It had something to do with somebody, some cryptocurrency hacker. Are you familiar with it? Tried to come in.
Yeah.
What happened? You got a little bit of it?
I got a little bit of it. I know that it's something with the cryptocurrency hacker trying to get into verified accounts, but you know what? It's going to be funny because we have a lot of people moving over to crypto, and I wonder if there's some connections between those accounts and people moving into crypto. It's interesting coming up here in the future, but that's very dangerous. How to be able to just hack into people's accounts, especially people like Obama. A message could get out fast and change the direction of the world before it's corrected.
It's crazy. And I'm going to just read about the headline. The headline said, a brazen online attack targets VIP Twitter users in a Bitcoin. Bitcoin scam. I didn't mean crypto. A Bitcoin, that's the same thing. In a major show of force, hackers breached some of the site's most prominent accounts. A who's who, they said, of Americans in politics and entertainment and in tech, like Elon Musk, you know, and people like that. I mean, that's kind of dangerous, y'all. You know, a lot of us didn't, you know, a lot of us, people asked me one time I don't care about being verified. I just started using Twitter. Not too long ago. So it don't bother me, you know. So, but I love the on time delivery of news. I mean, the first time I remember Tyrone, this distinctively, I was blessed to be able to go down and cover had clients in the All-Star game in Orlando, and Trayvon Martin was killed in Sanford, a suburb of Orlando. Okay. And how I found out about it was not on the news. It was by Twitter. Because, you know, we going out and hanging out and doing everything. And that's when I first realized that Twitter is so important. And but that's unbelievable, man, how this thing can and how dependent we are on these things. You know, you got some
on these devices.
On these devices.
It's the Twitter. It's the rapid transfer of information. Now we have information at the tips of our fingers when we used to have to wait for different filters to give us that information.
Right.
The danger is when we get false information and when we get real information, deciphering it. But we do have the ability to transfer something in 0.2 seconds, soon as you hit send.
And then I got another thing. And Martin Vaughn, hold on. Let me stop. Because let me tell you something. I love all my people. Hold on. I'm finna go over to the YouTube page right now. What's up, Martin Vaughn? What's up, Lighter Ignite? What's up, Rod Wells? What's up, Dr. Newsom over in YouTube? I'm not shot. Corey Willis, Melvin Dews, and Daryl Barnes. Let me tell you something. Y'all my dudes over there. What are y'all talking about? I didn't slight y'all. Let me tell y'all something. In my software, it integrates both feeds. It integrates both feeds. And it shoots it up. I wish I could show y'all. It shoots it on a big screen for me. And I just go by the top 4 of the top 5 that's on that screen. So, but guess what? If you feel I slighted you, just text me. Just say it like Martin did. You know I got you. You know I'm gonna look out. I'm gonna look out for my people now. Didn't we have fun yesterday? If you didn't see yesterday, I just can't get over it, man. To the guys that didn't hear yesterday, y'all I'm gonna give y'all during the break. I want y'all, I got a break in a couple of minutes. I got something for you guys. Whoever didn't tune in yesterday, and if you didn't see my social media post today, we had a young lady, Vascola Stoney, who's having a verbatim concert / spoken word on Friday night at 8 o'clock. I'm going to get you the information to you a little later. But Tony, the guy who's saying When I'm With You, he's going to be on the show with her. A $20 ticket. You can take you can have date night with your spouse. If your spouse not watching the show, that'll be a cool date night with your spouse. Baby, you ain't got to do, if you want to look cute, you can look cute if you want to, but just look good. We're going to sit in front of the big screen. I got something for you tonight. A cheap date, inexpensive date that night. And I think it's real. I think it's innovative how they're doing it. It's a virtual concert spoken word. So check that out verbatim. She probably it's probably online. I know Yolanda Green might post the stuff up for y'all. For me, she my secretary. I mean my executive assistant today. Tony Terry. I'm sorry, Rick Wilmore, Tony Terry. I don't know the dude. Come on. If it was a woman, I'd know. I don't know about dudes that much. I'm just telling y'all. You know, Robert Haller like money. But hold up. But it was so unique. What I got? 40 seconds to say. Man, it's just so. Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all this 40. Did y'all know? I saw this on Twitter. Meg Thee Stallion got shot the other night. Did you know that?
Yeah.
In the foot.
Yeah.
Twice.
She got she was with Tory Lanez.
And he got picked up by the police for having a pistol in the car. Did he shoot her in the foot?
Do this happen? No, they got shot at. But does this happen in country music? Have you heard of any country artists getting shot at lately?
Let me tell y'all something. I tell you something. Hip hop is the most dangerous profession in the world. What is going on out here with our people, y'all? Derek Johnson, Yolanda. Oh, Yolanda said, I got the flyer, Yolanda. I just can't stop and put it on I'll post it. I think I got it. I'm going to post it on the screen. I think I got it. I'm going to post it on the screen. But Meg Thee Stallion, we're going to take a quick break because I got some more stuff for y'all. Me and Tyrone going to take y'all on a roller coaster ride. We're waiting on Jimmy to give us some updates from, let's share the show right now. Let's share the show. Let's get it cranked up because I got some good stuff coming up for y'all. And then hold up. Go check. I didn't pin the comment. I'm going to put it back up there because I didn't pin it the first time. I'm going to pin Jimma's GoFundMe page. Let's go put our money where our mouth is and support. Let's support our community. We do everything else.
Yeah.
We want to talk about everything
Absolutely.
else. Now it's time to put your money where your mouth is. So Tory Lanez, shot her inadvertently when he told her, oh my God. Stop it, Rick. Rick crazy. Y'all don't read Rick.
What
But
Rick say?
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to whisper. He said Tory Lane shot her inadvertently when she told him her sex relationship was over. He was in his short feelings because he's kind of short. And he emphasizes shorts. Oh, short. Stop that, Rick. That's why they want to repeat that mess.
The Napoleon complex. I hear you, Rick.
Hold up. Let me tell y'all something, though. Remind me, because I'm going to forget by the time the thing. Remind me my Tory Lanez, because I didn't know who he was, my Tory Lane story, and I'll tell you when I get back. But let me tell you something. If you missed yesterday, there's a classic piece delivered by Vascola Stoney yesterday on Gemma Day. Really, it's every day is Gemma Johnson Day with Robert Hatter. But hey, Gemma, we got you. Shout out to Gemma Johnson and her family. But check this out from yesterday, y'all. Let me find her. Check this out.
And we are masterpieces created by the master. So everything about us is great. There are no imperfections. There's nothing wrong with us. We are great just like he created us. So they say that I'm a piece of work. They don't know the half. They really don't even have a clue. That's why I shake my head sometimes and laugh. See, they don't know that I have an advantage. My creator, he's an expert. Now, they've already done their reviews about me, and they've only seen an excerpt because I'm a piece of work for sure. An original piece never seen before. Everything about me is unique to me. With your natural eye, you can never see the billions of cells that combine in me. Ooh, the reverence he took in refining me. Fearfully and wonderfully, I am made. And for that, my creator gets total praise. Oh, I'm a piece of work, all right. I glow in the dark to bring forth his light. Now, my imperfections make me perfect. Perfect, that is, for my creator's purpose. So don't be fooled by the scratches on my surface, because I'm a piece of work, but I'm rare. So I must insist you handle me with care. You can't just grab me and move me around, keep picking me up and putting me down, trying to shake me, trying to break me, trying to see how far you can take me, trying to sell me, trying to buy me, trying to hold me back and deny me. And I'm a piece of work. You better believe it. Please, please take a moment and try to conceive it. I have the courage to dream and the power to achieve it. Now I walk by faith, so I expect to receive it. That's my final answer. Y'all can take it or leave it. Okay, wait, one more chance to help you perceive it. I'm not a dime piece. I'm a prime piece. A divine, top of the line, keeps getting better with time piece. I'm a really fine piece. Don't get that twisted. A finer piece has never existed, but that's what my creator intended for me. One of a kind, no other kind is like me. Now, the tears I cry for a reason. The pain I feel for a season, but that's not a season like a period of time. It's a season of flavor from a gain in time. See, the pain makes the game taste a whole lot better. I am a piece of work. I'm a real go-getter. I know I can because God says I can. And this is where they look at me and think the audacity of her to believe his promise. That's right. But let me be honest. I didn't always feel this way. Didn't always believe this way, but his mercies are new every single day, and so many things could have gone the other way. See, I was a beaten piece, a battered piece, a used, bruised, and a shattered piece. But now I'm a put back together piece. A more valuable than ever piece. A saved, healed, signed, sealed, redeemed, and delivered piece. Not a piece for sale, but a sold out piece. So don't waste your time getting in line for this piece. I am a piece of work, but I can't be bought. In fact, y'all, I'm just here on lease. I'll soon return to my rightful owner because we are the master's masterpiece. Amen.
My drop. Look, let's go.
Hey, man, let me tell y'all something. Women Rock Wednesday. Let me tell you something, man. That's what you get for not tuning in to Women Rock Wednesday. But you know Robert Hatter gonna come back and bring it back to you. Yeah. See, y'all spoil. Y'all spoil out there. Y'all know Robert Hatter gonna make a way to bring it back to you. I don't want nobody to miss nothing. This platform, Tyrone so eloquently explained the platform to us the other day. And our next break, I got something unique for you. I got my girl Gemma for my next break, I got my girl Gemma and her dad. They remixed one for me. But let me tell y'all something. I want to shout. I was gonna go one way, but let me tell you something, man. And ladies and gentlemen, we have got to stop being reckless on social media. It's it's getting out of control. Not by the kids. You know how we tell the kids, hey man, the college coach is watching you. Check this out. Look how hypocritical this basketball community is. And I'm talking about the summer basketball community right now. Yes, I am about to. So you can tweet your friends, you can tweet them, you can tell them, you can tweet them and tell them I might talk about them. I don't want to mention no names, but they pissing me off.
What's going on?
We go tell our young kids, okay? College coaches watching you. Brandy, I'm sorry, Brandy. College coaches watching your Facebook feed. College coaches watch what you post. Tyrone, I don't know if you know it or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's 353 Division I head coaches in NCAA. 53.
Uh-huh.
I mean, 353. 200 of them have been on this show.
Wow.
Let me repeat that. Nobody in America can boast that. 200 of them has been on this show. And each one of them say they watch the kids' social media. Okay? And I'm just looking for my notes on social media. Okay? I'm just looking for it. And just give me a minute, because I'm not.
The coaches really look at the social media. They take that seriously in the evaluation.
Yeah, they look at it. But guess what? We have some grown men out here. Okay?
Okay.
I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find the tweet.
Okay.
Find the tweet.
Well,
so go, you can talk. I'm gonna find the tweet.
Well, I was gonna say it is summertime, and so we might as well go ahead and talk about the summer basketball. And if parents are, if you think that you're a parent and the coach is only watching your child, the coach is gonna watch the parent too. If I'm a coach, I want to know what I'm dealing with fully, and especially when parents have so much to do with their children, coaches are gonna they're gonna take a glance at that parent too. So if you want to constantly just harp on the kids about their social media, you got to be careful of yours too. They gonna look.
It was so unimportant to me. I'm gonna tell y'all, my notes probably, cause I got some blessed. It's a blessed phone, y'all. My notes probably erased out of it. It probably just erased it. I'm serious. It probably erased it out, because I remember posting them. And I'm just trying to see, where did I post them? But let me stop. It's a guy posted something, and he was talking about I think it was high school basketball. God dog it! And he was talking about, he used a kid's name. I won't use a kid's name. The guy posted. He said, I'm gonna paraphrase it because I don't know exactly the words. He said, to all you event operators and all of you guys out there operating events, one of my kids contacted COVID-19 at either this event, he named OTR's event, and he named the event that Rick Nelson did last week. Okay? He mentioned these events.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the kid got, and he's talking about alarm. Everybody who played with this kid or go get tested. He came on and mentioned the kid's name. So one of the event operators came back. I don't want to play it, but if you go to Twitter, y'all, I won't play it on the air. But he came back and just said, man, look here, man. You have no, I'm not beating around the bush. I'm doing my show, Kimberly Jackson. Okay? I'm doing my show. I ain't beating around no damn bush. I just got integrity. I'm like not like them damn fools I'm about to talk about, Kimberly Jackson. I'm just helping you out. Okay? Y'all can afford to do that. I can't. Okay. Okay, y'all calling his name out on the air. I don't have to call his name out on the air. Because guess why? I don't want to give him that much damn credit, Kimberly, for me to call his damn name on the air, on these airways. It's a blessed airways. I'm not calling that foolishness out on this air. I'm calling the act of what he did. Because he might be, I don't know him, who he is as a man. I'm just saying the act that he did. He said this kid got COVID-19 and he got it at these events. And he said, these guys are mad at me because I don't support and show up at those events. I bring my team to those events. But this is why. Yes, but I just didn't understand. I mean, Tyrone is just.
So he put the name of the child out there?
Yes.
Okay, and does he have empirical data or proof that shows for a fact this is where he contracted COVID?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And that's what one of the guys who he was talking about, he came and gave, he gave a video. He put out a video. He said, there's no data. You saying that. That is no data. That's no data. How can you say that's my event? Put my name and my name in jeopardy. And y'all listen to me. On this show, I'm not trying to shake. I'm talking about the act, not the person. Because I'm sure some of y'all done some crazy shit in y'all life. And y'all and people have forgiven y'all and not condemned y'all. See, we don't know y'all. Y'all just on the screen and your name is popping up on the screen. So that's why I do it the way I do it, everybody. I can't afford to be reckless. Women and children can. Men can't afford to be reckless. Okay? All right. Now, but I'm talking about we always place and put our kids. In other words, we're trying to hold our kids to a standard that we're not. That we're not. This guy, hold up now. Hold up, Tyrone. This a very educated guy. Check this out. Very educated guy. Hold up.
Okay.
Been a staple in this community for a long time. Matter of fact, he's one of the godfathers. Hold up. One of the godfathers of summer basketball. He made summer basketball prominent in Texas. In Houston, excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all, because Dallas people don't get me. In Houston, Texas. He kind of put Houston on the map. Okay. He come with the, but see, you can have all the wisdom in the world, Anthony Weston, but without wisdom, there's no, hey, somebody was telling me the other day, he was talking about wisdom and knowledge. I said, I can have the knowledge to go and rob a bank right now. I can have the knowledge to go out and do it. But I got the wisdom, Marcus Ebo, to say I'm not going to do it because I don't want to go to jail. You follow me?
The wisdom to realize the consequences.
Hello. So I'm always remember when I'm on this air and man, Tiger Woods, let me tell y'all something. My dude Tiger Woods just teed off, right? And think about this. I could have said, okay, y'all, Jimmy ain't here. We don't have to do the chop shop today. Because we the boss. We can do that. I can do that if I want to. But guess what? I care too much about y'all. I care too much about Gemma. And guess what? I got a DVR. It's set. All I got to do is go back and rewind it and don't watch the commercial.
Technology.
But help me, Slim McDaniel. See, I'm trying to get to the bottom line of a guy disaccomplished. Okay? This guy, educator. Matter of fact, he's an educator in the school system. The same guy I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you hear him talk, you would think, I mean, got plenty sense, but his common sense and his wisdom is gone out the window. See, you can have knowledge, but sometimes, but this dude tweeted this, and he been doing, listen to me, he been having some asinine tweets over the last year. I mean, he came on this show, okay? He came on this show and said that he spent, back in 2000 whatever, $44,000 a month on his summer basketball team. Let me repeat that. $44,000. I think it was a brief exaggeration. Brief by $40,000. Brief by $40,000 a month. I'm just saying. Listen, this a guy. I'm trying to. That's why I don't understand it. People are tearing him up on Twitter and on social media, but I don't like to tear my people down. So if y'all came, that ain't me. I ain't gonna tear you down now. I'm gonna tell you when you're wrong, and this gentleman was wrong, and I got his number. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call and say, man, you got to stop this foolishness. You came, or I saw it. I mean, somebody sent it to me, man. I got to read it now. See, y'all done got me cranked up. Y'all got me cranked up. Y'all done did the wrong thing now. Come on, you can say, you can talk.
Well, Hatter, I don't have a dog in the fight. So what it sounds like to me is he's just a little bit emotionally driven. And so when you start bringing kids into it and you're being specific about a kid contracting COVID, and you're not even being specific by saying one place or another, that's not very specific. You see, that's hyperbole. It's a guess. And so sometimes even very smart people tend to let emotions run with what they feel instead of what's factual. And my concern would be, why would we mention the kid? Let's keep the youngins out of it, because we don't want to castigate them in no false light, because they're just out there trying to do what they want to do. They love playing basketball. They're out there trying to play a sport, and you're going to throw him out there and say, well, this kid got COVID at this place or this place. When you throw the or out there, and there's a quick anecdote. There's an epidemiologist, his name is Joseph Fair. For 3 weeks, he thought that he had COVID, and he didn't know where he got it from. And this is his job, and he was wrong. He didn't even have it. So to have somebody come out there and say, well, without being able to prove it, say, well, this kid got it from this place or this place. I mean, we have epidemiologists that aren't correct. So to just have a random person who may very well be a very smart person say that, it doesn't mean anything.
I got something unique. You know, I love the Boom Boom Room, y'all. Y'all realize, listen to me. Y'all know whenever I talk to you personally on this Boom Boom Room and get on you personally, let me tell you something. Yeah, I respect you a whole lot. Not that I don't respect other people, but y'all got to understand, if I'm talking to you, Anthony Weston, I'm listening. Believe you me, I'm listening. But talking about debating me? Oh, no. But Melvin Dew said something. He said, Hatter, don't set yourself up for that type of verbal assault. He said, you don't. He asked the question. He said, Hatter, don't you set yourself up for that type of verbal assault when you host an event. Maybe, yes. If a club owner allowed drug dealers to sell drugs in his club, don't be mad if somebody die and say your name. What you think about that, Tyrone?
I think that's valid if you're allowing it to happen. If you're facilitating it, then you know.
Hold up. Mindy Collins got to be one of my favorite people. Sonia and all the women, you know the women. I told you I got 5 sisters. But Mindy said, is this the same gentleman Check this out, Tyrone. You got to hear this one. She says, this is James, same gentleman
Okay.
who falsely reported a child receiving a D1 offer when it wasn't true. Yes, Mindy, that's the same gentleman. Then Jeremy Davis said, man, that dude come for everybody. But the funny thing is about nobody cares what that dude have going on. Jeremy, that's why I didn't mention his name. Jeremy, because if I mention his name, it's people all over the country. See, y'all don't understand. I got a different responsibility. People all over the country gonna know his name. I don't want to know his name. I want to forget what he said. I hope he never said again. Because it's two of the most dangerous things in the world, ladies and gentlemen, according to a very old wise man named Martin Luther King. Two of the most dangerous things in the world is sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. I'm going to repeat that one because you might want to put this one in your notes because I put it in my notes. That's why I know it now. Okay. Two of the most dangerous things in the world, Derek Johnson, Mo City Finest, is sincere ignorance. That just means you just don't know. You sincerely don't know. It's still dangerous. Okay? If you don't know they shooting around that corner and you just walking your little happy ass around there, sincerely ignorant is dangerous. Okay? Hold on. Conscientious stupidity. That means you know better like this guy does and do it all the time.
Anyway.
So I'm just trying to help you.
That's dangerous.
Kimberly, I wasn't getting on you. I just got a different, you talking about I'm beating around the bush. No, I got a different function than you. Y'all can put it on the Facebook feed. It's okay. Y'all can write his name 1,000 times. I don't want to repeat it. So we got different functions. I'm the quarterback. You the wide receiver now. Are you the? We got different functions. So I don't want you to get mad. I love what you said, baby. But I wasn't beating around the bush. I was setting. You let me set my story up. Y'all won't even let me.
You have to set it up. you have to set it up. You got to let people know who don't know what's going on. The parameters around it.
See. This radio sphere and this live, this theater of the mind. I got to take you on a journey, baby. I got you though. Believe you me. Hold up. To help you out, Kimberly. Deep down inside, I want to call this clown's name out. Okay? Just to help you now. I want to call him clean out. But guess what? I'm governed by something that's bigger than me, bigger than him. And so I just couldn't do it. Because guess what? Gemma might be watching. Gemma looks up to Robert Hatter. She might be watching. So we're going to take a quick break. We ain't through with this. Come on, hey, I got some more. I got more. We're going to take a quick break. Let me find my Gemma. Let me find my Gemma. Yeah, I got to find my girl. Let me find her. Let me see which one. Okay, here you go. Chop, chop. We'll be back in a minute.
Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. My name is Jeremy, and this is my daughter, Gemma. Today we're here asking and hoping, with high hopes, that you can be of assistance in donating for the benefit and care of Gemma's scoliosis treatment. Last year, Gemma was diagnosed with scoliosis. At the time of her diagnosis, her curvature was that of 35 degrees. As of May this year, her curvature has now progressed to 52 degrees. With scoliosis, it is deemed that anything 40 degrees or greater is considered severe. With Gemma being at 52 degrees curvature, she is well past the threshold of 40 degrees being considered severe. Now we are in a critical action state, and this is why we're here asking that you can be of assistance in helping us reach our target goal for Gemma for the care of her scoliosis treatment. We hope that you're able, and we hope that you also can spread the awareness of this by sharing this message with others. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gemma, and I just wanted to thank the Chop Shop for allowing me to join their live and for giving me their time to tell them how much this means to me and how much this benefits me about my back and about how many donations and how much the donations mean to me. And thank you for the viewers and members and everybody that's watching this for the donations. I really am grateful for that, and thank you.
Hey man, see y'all. Every time I see that, it just breaks my heart. Young lady right here over my shoulder, young lady who got scoliosis, um, I guess in a back area, and the family is trying to do it a natural way, and it costs, and they need our help. Insurance probably don't pay for that. If she have an operation, they'll probably pay for it, but they do it the natural way where it won't be a
Mhm.
scar on her body, won't be a scar on her brain, on her mind, thinking about having to go through something like that. And we can help, Troy Callahan. That's why that's why I love this thing. That's why I get up and come and do this thing every day, rain, sleet, or snow. If I'm out of town, listen, I had a trip planned to France. I had a trip plans to Greece, and you know, during COVID, it stopped. But guess what? I had already got the right luggage to pack all my equipment in so I could, wherever I'm at, and at the hotel, I made sure they had an extender on my Wi-Fi. This how this how important this is to me, because when a dad send me an email and tell me to help his daughter, I mean, it's just this what this platform is about. And Tyrone explained it so eloquently yesterday. The reason we want you to go on YouTube and subscribe and hit the bell so it'll notify you is because it increases the digital footprint. And guess what?
Mhm.
Whatever message we have here in Houston, it can get out to the world. I know we don't want, I mean, it's a guy told me, I promise y'all, Jeremy, let me tell you something. Mindy, partner of mine told me, he said, man, I don't be want my partners to know about the chop shop. I said, why? He said, man, because we be arguing. I be using y'all points on the chop shop, and I beat him in the arguments all the time. I said, dude, that's not fair. That's selfish. So take out the time right now, share the show. If you're not a subscriber on YouTube, go to Chop Shop HTX on YouTube and push that thing. We're trying to get to 1,000. They pay attention to you when you're 1,000. When you're a thousandaire, they pay attention
Yeah,
to you. So, do you want to say something,
you
Tyrone?
you you could do you. Yeah, you have special features when you get to 1,000. Like where Jimmy is now, he will be able to broadcast live on YouTube once you get 1,000 subscribers.
Wow,
And so that's the reason they make these built-in incentives for you to be able to do that. And once you do it, you'll be able to spread it a little bit more.
that's
Let me
right.
say this
Uh,
real quick, Robert.
okay.
I don't. For those who don't understand,
Uh,
okay, the Chop Shop does what, 4 days a week, 2 hours a day,
mhm,
sometimes a little more than 2 hours. You guys include guests,
mhm,
you include interactions with the people in the live feeds on
mhm,
2 different feeds,
mhm,
which means that every day you wake up and before you go to bed,
mhm,
you're thinking about the content, you're thinking about the stories, you're thinking about how to make it fit.
mhm,
You're also thinking about how to schedule these appointments. You're thinking about how to bring these people in,
mhm.
get these people off the screen. You also have to talk to their people and coordinate things.
Yeah.
And so I'm just telling you guys this, for these 2 hours, it don't just turn on and just happen. It's something that, it takes an extreme amount of passion and love to be able to do it. And so, and that's from my experience. I've watched Robert Hatter, and I've watched Jimmy Hicks, and I've watched Hatter. Hatter will be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I got to get this right. If it's not perfect, we can't do it. And you wake up and you see it, and it's perfect. And so there's a lot of intestinal fortitude that goes into this stuff. It's not just turn on the screen and make it happen. So share, subscribe, let some people know what's going on.
You know what's so unique? How I met this man. First of all, Soapbox Heroes. Okay, I'm gonna let you get to that, but let me show you how I met this guy. We were at a radio station together. Jimmy and I was there, and he came in, and he'll let you know why he came in. I don't know, and he was learning the board or learning something. He was doing something. But he was plotting. Now that I know him, the man was in. No, not plot. The man was in. He was doing his dissertation. I mean, he was planning his thesis. He was learning. And I'm sitting there watching him. So one day, our engineer was downstairs, because during that time I had to depend on an engineer to do my show and our show. And the engineer was out in the car smoking a cigarette or whatever he was doing outside. Our show want to start. I'm sitting up there ready to go. And I said, Tyrone, you know how to do that? He went over there, check this out, and started the show for us. Because all you had to do is get it cranked up, and then the guy came upstairs. So that's how I met this. And he kept coming. Now, think about this now. Show you how God is now. Neither one of us work at that station. That station is not existing anymore. But we don't even, we know the people, but we don't deal with the people as much as we used to. But those people were allowed in my life so I can meet this dude. You follow me?
Yeah.
I knew those other guys longer, but this guy's on my show today. So it's we're gonna talk about Zion Williams. Man, I got a lot of stuff to talk about, but we just walking me back. We just doing a little testimonial right now. But explain to me the Soapbox Heroes. Where did it come from?
The Soapbox Heroes came from a concept to where I felt it was important for people to be able to exchange perspectives. I feel as if we live in a world to where if I don't see things the way you do, if I don't see things the same way you do, I'm going to act like it doesn't exist. And then when I run into it, it's going to be a big surprise. And so I wanted people to be able to exchange perceptions, because I believe that it creates at least empathy. So I may not like you now, but at least I understand where you're coming from. And so we started doing these debates where I would just moderate the debates. But the goal of the debate was to just exchange ideas, just so we could see how other people think, so we don't be so isolated in our own thoughts. And so we started doing that. And then I started doing a podcast. I started doing it upstairs from my house. And then I got invited to come down to the radio station to help engineer, because, I wanted to engineer and stuff like that. And I also had a passion to be in radio. And so that's how I got to the radio station. And I just enjoyed watching you guys do the Chop Shop so much. If there is anybody on here that don't know you and Jimmy personally, I would like to tell them this is exactly who they are. And that's why I enjoy them so much, because if somebody says earlier, well, you're beating around the bush. No, Hatter's always methodical. This is the way that he thinks. And so it's not, he's just, that's how he is. For example, Hatter always gets there maybe 30 minutes early. He got his headphones in. Hatter's the player before the game that get out there and shoot 200 shots. You know what I'm saying? Right. Stretch, got his headphones on. And cheat sheet, the guy, he gonna come in and get right before tip off and just tear off his sweats and get in the game and ball. Yeah. And they both play well. They both play great. Right. But that's just who they are. And I enjoyed the dynamic and learning from you guys. And that's why I would stick around. I would get there early to watch the Chop Shop. So did. And so that's how it came about. And that is what Soapbox Heroes is about. Bringing people together to have these conversations that sometimes we feel are tough and what other people think we can't do. They think we can't speak. They think we can't talk to each other. Right. They think every time we get together, it's a gunshot, but that's just what you hear about. We know that that's not the fact. So we bring it together and we have these conversations. That's Soapbox Heroes.
Unbelievable, man. Hey, y'all, hey, that's a perfect example of this. People are always watching you. I didn't know he noticed that about me. That's just the way I am. If you around me, if you go to the airport with me, I get to the airport 2 hours ahead. One hour and a half at the latest. I missed the flight one time. I never forget it. Hanging with, I want to name drop, Sam Cassell, going to Vegas. I got everybody in Vegas waiting on me. Y'all got to tell the story. Everybody in Vegas waiting on me, right? All my friends. Me and Sam just leaving from Houston together. We going together, but I got people too. You feel me? So we go to the airport. Man, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. Let me tell y'all something. Didn't make that flight messing with him. We ran into every kind of traffic known to man. And guess what? Almost got there. They had just shut the door. Now, y'all got to hear me. He ain't got nobody waiting on him. I got people waiting on me. Hold up. I lost my first class seat. He lost his. So the next flight full. No first class. Right? So it's a little later, about 3 hours later, whatever. I don't know. So I go up, we get on the plane. I never forget this. So first class was full. So we had to get in the back. I don't know what was going on out here, a fight or something. Something was going on. It was crowded, Tyrone. So I go in the back seat. I'm sitting back there with these girls. You know, I'm back there talking. I think they got me in the middle because, you know, we stand by. Because, you follow me? We wasn't on this flight.
Right.
So they put me in the
You
middle
missed
of
your
two
flight.
Now that was all right. They put me in the middle of two girls. I was kind of all right. Okay. So
It helps.
Yeah. So I'm sitting back. Sam's sitting over there. So I'm talking stuff to the girls now. I'm talking. Yeah, I don't know why I'm back here with y'all. I usually don't be sitting back here with y'all back here. I'm talking. Listen to me. They just going crazy laughing at me, right? Guess what happened? They said,
what?
Robert Haddock, would you please push your call button? Went Mindy. I pushed it. She came back there and said, get your luggage. We're moving you to the front. Mindy, Jeremy, hold up, Jeremy. Jeremy, I had just talked all this stuff, man. I know them girls talking about, man, this dude, he a clown. I know we gonna party with him when we get. That lady came back there and said, Mr. Hatter, get your luggage. We got a spot for you up front, right? Hold up. I'm with an NBA player. But they upgraded me. Right? So I get up there. So it's a girl I know, she in first class. She gonna tell me, how's you up here and Sam ain't? I said, cause I'm platinum and he not. How about that? I'm platinum and he not. He fly on the team plane. I fly on the these planes.
You accumulate more points.
Yeah. I'm platinum. But the girl gonna ask me that question because she know both of us. They put you up here instead of, I wanted to say, what the hell are you doing up here? That's what I wanted to tell her. But y'all, it's crazy. That's a crazy story. But that was one. All I was trying to tell you, I'm always on time. I don't know how I got there. I always try to be on time. And I didn't know you was watching me. Man, quit watching me like that. And but there's a lot of other stuff.
Always on time.
But guess what? Back to that guy we were talking about earlier. Ladies, if you just tune in, because some people, I've understood, Tyrone, that a lot of people don't watch the whole show. They go do something and come back, so they might have missed something. So we was talking about a reckless guy that got on Twitter, and I got it now. Yeah, it was kind of. I mean, it's another thing now. I still call it platinum, Mindy. I'm sorry. It's another name now. I forgot the name of it. You know, it's sad that this guy and other tournament operators criticize me for not playing in their tournaments. Now, blank, a kid who is going to play for me, who played in these tournaments, the OTR and the Elite 32, has COVID-19. Where are all of these tournament operators now? Where are they now? That's what he wrote. Okay? That is what the guy wrote. And that's what but this same guy, if that is true, help me out. If the kid does have COVID-19, is it valid that he made this post? If the kid didn't, I mean, does it matter? What I'm trying to say is, should he have made this post?
Well, it sounds like he should have at least put some. He should have put some buffers in there.
You don't have like, 280 characters.
Well, he should have put the word maybe. He may have gotten COVID from these two tournaments or these two camps. It's the matter of factness of it. It's almost like you're saying, you know, for sure. And then my other concern is mentioning the kid. We cannot forget that these are children. And if his parents didn't give permission, then I would find that a problem. I put that if my child went and was playing or practicing in a tournament or went to two different camps or whatnot, and my child ended up with COVID. Now to have somebody say that my child contracted COVID from these two tournaments and then put my child's name out there without asking my permission, without asking if specifically I know for a fact that it came from those two places, me as a parent, I would have an issue with that. That sounds like somebody who has more of an issue.
But what if you were a parent that didn't? What if this parent, because for some reason he seemed to brainwash his parent. You know, some people were were just telling me now. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Now, this same guy just tweeted something else. I mean, he tweeted something a couple of hours ago. What happened is, there's an article that I was going to talk about later in the show. It's talking about the National Association of Basketball Coaches or want to eliminate the ACT and the SAT requirement to get in college. Okay, Tyrone. All right. And your homeboy, the one we talking about, he came back and said the NABC eliminating the SAT will help African American athletes. How would that help Trey Phillips, Herb Ledee, Kerry Holmes, Kimberly Jacksons? Who else? Who else we got up there? Mr. Barnes, eliminating the SAT and the ACT, will that help African American athletes? That's my question to everybody. And by the way, Miss Vascola told me that tell you, what did you do with LeVar Burton? Because she liked this Tyrone version better. LeVar Burton. You know, yesterday you was LeVar Burton. Now you all lit up, Tyrone. So she just said, yeah.
Oh, she looking for LeVar?
Yeah,
Reading Rainbow?
So Daryl Barnes said it helps all students. So are y'all telling me that these standardized tests, the SAT and the SAT, are a big waste of time? Or it should be abandoned? I mean, abandoned altogether? That's what you telling me, Daryl Barnes? Or what you think about it, Mindy? Mindy said, go on, Tyrone. Thank you, Trey.
I know the SAT traditionally, has had issues as far as how do we put this? Like class things.
Culturally
for
biased?
example, the question might say,
you mean culturally biased?
Culturally biased. Okay. So the SAT might have a question that say, if I walk out with my deck shoes, then what type of apparatus am I on? Now, if you grow up in the Hamptons and you understand that deck shoes are shoes that you wear on the deck of a boat, then you're going to understand what deck shoes are. But if you grow up in the hood and you don't know what the hell no deck shoes are, you don't understand that. So it's culturally biased when it comes to those factions of it. The ACT is less culturally biased, but as far as it helping black kids, I think what it might create is it might create the notion that black kids are not academically astute enough to get places. So I think it's a slippery slope when it comes to that.
But I got a question. This same guy we talking about, he tweeted this. He said, eliminating the SAT will help African-American athletes. Was that an insult? Some people feel, now a lot of people on here don't like this guy. A lot of people on here, they just don't like him. So Tyrone, you don't know him. That's why I'm asking you, what do you think? He just said, so if it helps all athletes, it was right then. It's correct.
Well, if it helps all athletes, but the way that it sounds up, I'll tell you why people are offended. It almost sounds as if he's saying that black athletes are inferior intellectually by saying it'll help black athletes and not everybody. Again, it's the preferencing of things. It sounds like he's just putting statements out there to rabble-rouse people to see what he could get out of them.
Okay, and he also said, now I put it up, yesterday, he said, now, we're going to take a break after this. Now, all of the kids, he mentioned the kid's name, again, in another tweet, teammates and kids he played against need to go get tested immediately. Alarm, go get tested. This same guy.
I would have a question. Is that not something that he could direct message people personally? What's the propensity of alerting everybody in the world to be afraid of these children or scaring them half to death when you could just contact them? Is he trying to give a bad light to these other programs or something? It seems like there's something coming from.
Let me show you something. Let me show you something. I'm just helping you out. He had a kid, a young man, play for his program that left his program. Wait a minute, excuse me. Played for his program, okay? Left one high school, public high school, and went to a charter school. He bashed the charter school. And they lit him up for that because the charter school happened to be African-American owned. And he talked about him. And but they, believe you me, the Twitterverse in this chop shop, they let him have it one day. I didn't talk about it much on the screen, but on the feed, they let him have it. So, but we're not going to spend, my thing is, okay, we didn't spend enough time talking about his acts. I'm just trying to figure out, because, we always in our community, we might have some mental illness issues here, y'all. That's why I'm not so apt to jump on top of people, man, all the time now, man. I'm dealing with.
That's the thing. We could talk about behaviors, we could talk about actions, but when we start to talk about people as a person, that changes it. That makes it a personal thing because we don't know what's going on in these people's lives. We don't know what's leading them there. But we can talk about their actions because that is germane to what we're seeing and is germane to what we're going through. And look, Jermaine, you guys had Jermaine O'Neal on, and there was something very important that he said, and that to me personally is a measure of a man, especially in youth sports. He said that, and I'm paraphrasing, this isn't word for word, but if a child decides to go somewhere else, he will still see that child and be willing to help that child. What I notice with a lot of adults, when it comes to them either coaching or getting something out of the child, they end up putting their feelings above the child. So if a child wants to go somewhere and do something else, be the adult. And if these are children, their decisions are going to be fluid. If you're in it for the children, you shouldn't be worried about, how mad you're getting. If you're a coach, adjust. You're a person who comes up with these things. Adjust, do what coaches do, but don't denigrate children because they're making decisions that you don't like, especially if the decision is for the child. And that's what we get caught up in. People be mad at children and start talking about children. They act like children and start talking about children.
And this show, I'm serious, was built on the community of sports in summer basketball and amateur basketball, because Jimmy Hicks was the amateur basketball guru. Chris Walker had an amateur basketball team. I had a son that played in it, and I didn't own it, but I sponsored and bankrolled a program for 3 years. And so this community and this community is hurting, and this community is sick, and some of their leadership, the people who've been in leadership for a long time. And I said it the other day, and I mean it with no harm and disdain, but some of them just need to get out the way. Y'all got to remember, Moses didn't go into the promised land. Joshua went in. So that Moses generation we had years ago need to go and die off and go somewhere and do something else. And let's usher in this Joshua generation. It's some young men out here that want to do this thing their way and another way. It's more than one way to do this thing. This summer basketball, my thing, especially when let me tell y'all something. The reason I have a feeling, and I feel for you parents, my son went through this same stuff y'all going through. It's not like there's some guy sitting up here talking. My son is human. Tyrone, I've even told a story. I'm sitting in the stands, Tyrone, by myself, because I don't never wear no, that's my son t-shirts. Hell no, I wear my clothes. I'm sitting in the stands, and 4 older gentlemen in there looking at Jimmy's magazine. And they talking about my son. Daddy's sitting right here. They don't know who in the hell they talking about. Sitting there talking about my son right there, right?
Yeah.
After the game, he don't. They got him ranked this high. After the game, he killed him. And I said, dude, I heard y'all talking about that little dude down there, man. He can play, man. We just heard. I said, yeah, but guess what? I'm his dad. I heard everything y'all said. I said, it's all right, because I know who he is and know who I am. But y'all, this is how it is, parents.
That's how it is.
That's how it is. He play against.
That's how it is.
Yeah, he play against his rival. He play against his rivalry. Bel Air High School. One of Bel Air. Think about this, Herb the D. One of Bel Air High School's, the women's coach, was sitting 6 to 7 feet from me. That rivalry was so intense. It was a neck and neck game, and my son fouled out. This grown ass man stood up and said, "Get his ass out of there."
Grown man.
An administrator at the school. He was that hated by the school. One kid, little old bitty kid with goggles on, hated by the school. But now hold up. I didn't take the high road on him because he was administrator. I got right in his ass because he got a son. I said, if he ever see your son, he gonna have 50 on his ass. I told him just like that in front of everybody. Okay, so don't play no games like that with me. So then we go play summer basketball. When he was young, he was on a team that had a daddy coach. The coach said every time Robert got the ball, that's why he could pass so good. Because the coach told him, swing it. Every time he wanted Robert to pass it to his son. He said it so many times, his mama and his grandmama, who don't know nothing about basketball, they said, Robert, grandma said, what does swing it mean? She said, because every time my grandbaby get the ball, the man says swing it. The man said it so much that somebody who don't. Let me tell you something, man. All those stuff happened all through his life, all through his career. Your dad is supposed to say, you supposed to do this. Your daddy this, you supposed to do this. Your dad, kid have to go through this same stuff, man. So my thing is, I just hope y'all, I try to put y'all in a position where y'all never have to go through some of this stuff, man. You know, I've had to go them steps and bump my head on the steps and hurt my knee on the step. I'm trying to, y'all, some of them, y'all gonna have some steps y'all gonna fall on, right? But some of these steps, I'm just trying to help you miss. That's all. When I come, I'm talking from a different perch than anybody else would be on this show. I'm gonna always be a parent. That's my number one job on this earth. Because he didn't have to be here. My daughter didn't have to be here. That's my number one job. I got to always be a parent. And I understand y'all. And I really, really understand y'all. And I'm just trying to figure out a way so we can make this a more enjoyable experience for our kids, Tyrone.
Yeah. Let me throw this in. A lot of people don't know this, but coming up in high school, college, I was a highly sought after athlete. I was sought after every big major D1 school in the country, every single one. And I understand, I don't think people understand the effect that bad experiences with coaches have on these kids. Okay, so for example, we have a coach now whose kid's name got COVID. So we're all looking at it for what the coach is saying and this, that, and the third, but how do these kids feel? So now the kid's next coach, they're already going to be distrusting because they know if anything go wrong, you're going to say whatever you need to say to blast me. And then you got to think that these kids are looking to go to college. They're looking at their future. And so now they have to tiptoe around with some grown man feel because he is in his feelings. And so what does that do to the further relationships with their coaches after that? So now they go to college and they don't trust this coach because remember what happened when I was 15, 16, and then it happened again when I was 17. And now instead of you just being able to say something on Twitter, we got the national news here. I really don't trust you guys. And so it built so much distrust because we have adults that want to make careers or they want to make their feelings feel adjusted based off of kids. And that what it does is it harms the kids in the long run. Because we have adults who aren't thinking, you know what is this going to do to this child before they jump on Twitter, before they react, before they talk to that recruit and say those negative things about the children. Because again, and I keep saying children because that's where they are. So we're talking about an adult male who has a fully grown brain, and we're talking about kids whose brain haven't even stopped growing.
Right.
And so we have to put the kids first all the time. If we really care about their future, we got to move what we feel out of the way and do what's best for the children first. And we have to remember what these kids are going to have to go through after this because they're trying to pursue a career. They're trying to do something further. Don't make it to where they have so much antipathy in them because of old coaches to where they can't see the future. Get out of the way. Let these kids blossom. Let these kids grow. That's what it should be all about. And we get so caught up in it as adults to where we're taken away from the children. Just let the kids be. Do what's best for the kids first and only.
Tyrone, I'd be remiss if I can't tell you, this just happened last week in that tournament this guy was talking about, the Elite 33. That's one of the tournaments. There was so much hype between the grown people and the coaches on the team. The coaches got fighting after the game in a game. Coaches got the actual fist fighting after the game. It was about them. It couldn't have been, the kids wasn't fighting. The grown folks was fighting.
Right.
You know, a young Trina Mouton. She texted me one day. We was just talking about. She said, Robert, and you help me with this, Tyrone. She said, Robert, I liken summer basketball. I parallel it to people that try to get positions in the church. In other words, nowhere else in their life, right, that they can have this much
Mhm.
power,
Right.
but in these particular platforms. You go to church and you're consistent. You be there every day. You be there. They promote you. How you promote? I mean, you all you got to do is be consistent, and you go up in there. You got your chest stoked up. I'm a preacher. I'm this, and then I'm watching some of these guys in summer basketball. Nothing against them, but if they didn't do summer basketball, would you even know them? What not to talk down on them, what actions in their other lives are they doing to move the needle? TJ Ford made man. Yes.
Yeah.
Some guys, but I'm just saying, but when they get over here, they don't want to let that go because I'm the man at the basketball tournament. I'm the man. I'm the coach of the Houston Hoops. I'm the coach of the Pearland Warriors. I'm the coach. And I see it. And I watch it, Tyrone. And it's an interesting dynamic. And I'm not trying to down nobody, but I'm watching. Maybe at their job,
Well,
you are insubordinate. When you get out here, I'm
you the man.
I walk in the door, huh?
Well, I think I think that parallel is why a lot of them rely so much on the kids. Because without those kids, if you're not a made man on your own, you need the kids to make you look like a made man. And so now I look like I'm the greatest coach in the world, I'm the greatest organizer in the world, but my best player leave, and now I can't do anything about it that reflects upon me. But what they do is they take it out on the kid.
Coach, I love what you just said. We got to take a break, man. We went over. But you just said something so key. Jimmy was talking to a high school coach one day, right? And he had this player, right? He was big. The player was the baddest thing. I'm telling you, he was the bad. I'm not calling no name. Baddest thing since sliced bread. And he is a pro right now, right? So, but Jimmy told the coach, look, coach, you big shit right now. A lot of college coaches calling you right now. But as soon as this dude leave, these guys ain't gonna call you no more. Boy, we saw that coach again. Like the boy's gone, right? Coach said, you wasn't lying. They ain't thinking about my ass no more. But you were right. You were right. And and guess what? Mindy, I got to take a break. But she done took me a whole nother. She said, I used to say that about the power and the power crazy referees. The same parallel. I agree with you, Mindy. But Mindy, I gotta take a break. Hold on, let me see where I'm breaking today. What my break? But you know I got something for y'all now. Hold up, what I want. Oh, I got you. Let's try this one. Let's go with this.
There was a time when we judged football players by the color of their skin before the content of their character. The pride of having played at an historically black college and university. Some by choice, many by necessity. From these schools stepped Super Bowl heroes, professional champions, Deacon, Bullet Bob, Sweetness, and many more. The thunder of their hearts carried them to acclaim. The honor of their deeds opened a nation to racial equality.
It's not over yet.
I have to ask, if this recognition were going on when you were looking to choose a four-year institution, do you think that kind of this would have impacted your decision to maybe consider?
Absolutely.
You?
Absolutely. I mention this all the time. You know, when I came out of high school, I didn't consider a HBCU, and a HBCU didn't consider me either. They didn't recruit me, and I didn't consider them. So things have changed. You know, you have a lot of top athletes around the country, And obviously, you saw, what happened a couple weeks ago with Howard landing a big time recruit that's big for all of us. It's like a win for everyone. So we're just trying to push forward. We're just trying to recruit these kids. We're not going to get all of them. But at the end of the day, I think it just opened the eyes up that we can go out and recruit these kids.
100%.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. That's a unique topic, and I want to share that with y'all. We'll pivot a little bit. We'll get off the. It's just something that I want to just put on your mind, and we're gonna have a think tank, and we're gonna talk about ways we can improve summer basketball. I got a couple of young guys that I'm gonna start mentoring. I identified one of them, and I told him to go find me 4 or 5 guys, like-minded like you, that don't have to have the same views as you, but just like-minded like you. And I'm gonna get y'all on a Zoom call, and we're gonna talk every week. And I just want to hear what these young guys in the community, because they don't like what's going on, and but they don't have no power, and guess what? I'm gonna give them a little elbow room. I'm gonna put a little gas in their tank. I'm gonna put a little gas in their tank. But the reason I wanted to bring that one up, I wanted to play that up. Thank you, Greg. Y'all share the show right now, man. Let's share the show right now. Some people showing me something. They texting me, telling me about, Jonathan. Well, I already knew this one already. Jonathan Kuminga, the number 1 2021 draft class, the top player. He is going to he classified up. He gonna classify up. He was a top player, so he gonna graduate this year, and he gonna go sign with a G League team, and that pathway to the pros situation. He gonna go do that. So they would tell him, yes, another one bite the dust. The NCAA ain't gonna have none of our guys out the wild. But the reason
they gonna be hurt.
No, but it's a unique thing that's going on out here, and I'm trying to find that information. I got it about HBCUs. I had another one I wanted to show y'all about. DeMarcus Cousins had one. I know I played. Oh yeah, okay. And on that Mo Williams situation, I want to play, and we're gonna talk HBCU talk just a little bit, because a lot of y'all went to predominantly black colleges, and I never had a chance to go. My daughter did. My son didn't. My daughter did. She spent a year at Texas Southern, but I got an affinity. My brother went to Tennessee State. Sister went to Memphis with me. My other brother went to Fisk. Tennessee. I mean, so I have a history. My mom used to take me. I still don't understand it. Tyrone, because she's not here. She passed away. But I just want to ask her a question, Brandy. Why did every year she would take me as a little boy with her to see the Bayou Classic. We lived in Memphis. She didn't go to Grambling. She didn't go to Southern. But every year I stayed in this hotel. I'll never forget it as a little boy from up to teenager. This hotel, the Monte Leon. She used to love that hotel. And I don't know why, because I won't stay in it now when I go there. No. Don't tell her. Oh, she did now. But no, it's just it's unique, man, that I do have. I didn't intend one, but my money went there, for my daughter. But I'm watching these athletes, the mature maker make a commitment to it. Now hold on, don't get it twisted. I've been plenty of homecomings, but I just ain't never sit in a classroom. And me, I'm so crazy, I never forget. Hey, y'all, I got to tell the story. I go to Harvard, because I wanted to try to, my son is, I don't know if y'all know, my son is, he almost, I think he's going to get accepted into Harvard Law School, and I ain't told his new, and a Harvard Business School. Okay, so he got to choose which one he's going to take. So when I went up there to visit Harvard last year, a couple of years ago, I went up there on the campus. Guess what I did, Tyrone? I went and sat in the class.
What you do?
I went in the class. I videoed myself. I walked out. I went to the law school. I went to the business school. Let me tell you something, man. Listen, if not, of course he got a great education. But Tyrone, you're talking to a dad, y'all, that went John Shell French. I went to every game. Only time I didn't go to the game, it was a blizzard. You know, they had them blizzards. They had them blizzards. So every camp, I got to go to Dartmouth. When I was a kid, I didn't grow up thinking I can go to Harvard or Yale or Dartmouth. I didn't know that the ancient eight. Because people call Vanderbilt or Ivy or Stanford or Ivy. No, it's 8 Ivy teams. 8. They call them the ancient 8 because they've been around so long.
8, yeah.
The ancient 8. It's 8 of them. And how I remember them, the 2 C's, Columbia and Cornell. Okay, the 2 P's, Princeton and Penn. Then you got Dartmouth, Brown, Yale, and Harvard. That's how I always remember them. So it ain't but 8 of them. So I got a chance to go on each one of those campuses and walk around on with all the presidents and not the presidents. You remember we talked about the Supreme Court yesterday, right? Every Supreme Court justice went to Harvard Law School. Let me repeat that. Now, Ginsburg went to Cornell undergrad. Beta Ginsburg. She went to Cornell undergrad.
Beta Ginsburg.
But she went to Yale. So, man, y'all got to understand, this is a black man from Memphis, Tennessee. And my mom, the school that I always wanted to go was UCLA. That's all I thought about. Marcus Johnson. I wanted to go to play UCLA because that's where Marcus Johnson played. That's as far as I thought. So now, one of the reasons I'm glad about sending my son to Cornell, and we need to talk about this so much, because now my grandkids gonna grow up what? Expecting if they want to go there. If they want to go to HBCU, that's all right. But guess what? They won't be like me that did not know anything about it. Because when you know better, you do better. You follow me? So, yeah, let's pray. Yeah, pray for Miss Ruth. You're right. And because Miss Ruth.
Well, look.
Huh? What you say? Go.
Had it. Now they, your grandkids will have an opportunity to be legacy students. And we have to realize the magnitude of that. George H. Bush got into college because he was a legacy student. So we're starting the legacy. Let me give a quick anecdote about black colleges, though. Growing up in Southern California, I grew up the street from UCLA. And when it came down to black colleges, the truth of the matter is we were very ignorant of black colleges. And so that's why these kids signing and looking at black colleges now, why I think it's so monstrous in ways that we're not even paying attention, because in the South, we have a deep tradition of black colleges, so we know about black colleges. But we're not considering the fact that on the West Coast, those kids don't really know about black colleges. All we knew is that Grambling had a band and they played one time a year on ESPN against Southern. That was all we knew. And it was interesting seeing all these black, but I didn't know it was more of them, so we didn't understand the tradition of it. We didn't understand the fruitfulness of it. All we got to see was just a small glimpse. And there's something that I have noticed since I moved to the South, and this is anecdotally on my own. I think that having the deep tradition of having black colleges in the South, it brings a pride in the institution that isn't there on the West Coast in California. We don't have any institutions that we could be proud of. We don't have any institutions like that. And what you get out of those institutions, you get people who are willing to look out for younger black people and teach them the things that they learn from those institutions, the experiences. And that's something that's missing. I honestly think that's a part of the reason why we have such a gang problem in California, is the lack of black institutions. And that's just anecdotal. There's no real analysis behind that except for mine.
Right.
But when you come down here, that's what I noticed. I've run into people, Dr. Kenyatta Kabil. I've run into so many people from TSU, and they will reach out and talk and mentor and talk to people. That's something that's not there in places like California. And so there is no, that it's not there.
Gotcha.
And so just think of the thousands of people that come out of these Black colleges that stay near where they went to college. So those are resources that are coming from that Black college that is now being perpetuated in the neighborhoods.
Wow.
We don't have that.
Wow.
It's not there at all. You go to California and now kids are like, oh, Black colleges. So with these major kids going to these colleges, it brings a sense of awareness to people who didn't have it. And I think it would change things fundamentally.
And I know some people just don't understand my affinity for it. I mean, I just do, man. Y'all got Tennessee. I grew up in Memphis. We had Tennessee State and Fisk and LeMoyne-Owen right in my town. I just didn't know the importance of it. I did not. I ain't mad at them. Y'all, if they watching, y'all don't. They didn't prepare me. That's why I just prepared. I just said, man, I'm gonna prepare for my son to go to Harvard. I'm gonna prepare. When he was a baby, I prepared so he can go to Harvard. He wound up going to Cornell, but I mean, they ain't too bad. So, and then his dad over the COVID, Harvard was having free classes, complimentary classes of 6 weeks and 9 weeks and 15-week classes, and I took a few of them this summer. And guess what? Yeah, and it was just unique online, no books, no nothing. And so guess what? I can wear a Harvard T-shirt now, because guess what? Technically, if you look at my email, I finished 3 courses.
I went to Harvard.
I didn't pay the money to get the certificate. Because I'm giving the money because I don't need no more certificates. I got enough. So it's just Tyrone. The reason I wanted to talk about that, because Boogie Cousins had that was Mo Williams, a pro. Now Boogie Cousins had a HBCU conversation, I think, with Taylor Rooks. Y'all check this out, and we're gonna go back to it. I'm gonna tell you why I'm going here.
A little bit. I think you saw that I spoke to Mikey Williams a couple weeks ago about HBCUs and the possibility of him going to an HBCU. And you were a player that he specifically mentioned as somebody who reached out to him and support and encouragement. Tell me about that conversation with Mikey.
I basically sent him a message saying, you got a chance to, change sports as a whole, start a trend that should have already, happened. Looking back on it now, I wish I had that opportunity to, do it the right way, in my opinion. The attention, the energy that like a kid like Mikey could take to any HBCU would, like I said, change the, face of college sports. I had a chance to be on campus at Howard, and I guess it was a time where, people may have been switching class, whatever the case may be, and it was just like, I was like in awe of like how many like Blacks I've never seen it in my life, and I was just in awe. So with that being said, I'm like, man, like even in that moment, I'm like, damn, I should have came to Howard or whatever the case may be.
Obviously, anybody who has followed your career knows that you went to Kentucky. So I guess my question is, what has caused the change? Meaning, what do you understand now that maybe you didn't understand then?
The business. And it's sad to say, but even college, it's a business. Obviously the athletes don't benefit from it, but everything around it is a business. And it's a reason they want those kids at the school. That could easily be at HBCU with that same type of attention, with that same type of income, and it's well-deserved.
Wow. See, what do you think about that, Tyrone? Because Tyrone, I want y'all to do me a favor. Take a look. Let's share the show. If you're not a subscriber of the YouTube, our YouTube page, please subscribe. You see this beautiful young lady over my shoulder. That's Gemma Johnson. I pinned her GoFundMe page on there, and I just posted it again on the YouTube feed. I'm about to post it again on the YouTube feed if it let me. A young lady that we gonna help. We're gonna figure this thing out. And that HBCU situation, I want you to take a look. That young lady right there named Taylor Rooks. And the reason I want to take this time out and talk about her, she is one of the NBA personnel that's in the bubble right now. And she had a hell of an ordeal in that bubble, Tyrone. When she first got there, the first day she had a test, she had a positive test. And she was like, hell, I just had a test the other day and it was negative. But then when she found out she had a false, then they sent her again and found out that she had a false negative. So she was nervous. She reached out to some of the players and reached out to some of the players, Rudy Gobert and all them. She had to go through that, man, down as a young lady by herself. If you see, that's her hotel room. She's locked into that hotel. You had to stay in that hotel room for a week. By herself, and if you see her on some of the shows, named Taylor Rooks, and but she had a great little interview. If I have time, I'll play it a little later. I just wanted y'all to take a picture of her in your mind, and she's gonna come on a little bit later and tell you about her ordeal. It was horrible. Imagine you're giving a false negative. You think you got it, the anxiety, but people get anxiety.
Oh man!
See, the NBA is testing your butt every day. And she even tests for the antibodies before she came. So she was going crazy. See, y'all, it's a lot that's not known about this disease. That's why we have to do everything we can to prevent it. It's cause some people tell me if I get it, I mean, but you don't want it. You don't know the effects it's gonna have on your body for the rest of your life. We don't know yet. So that's all, man. But back to the HBCUs. I'm listening to these multi-million-dollar guys now. Now they saying, and he's right. Guess what? HBCU probably didn't recruit any one of these guys. These guys were McDonald All-Americans. So these HBCUs thinking, I don't have a shot with these guys, right? And it's what do you think, Tyro? Do you have, then we got some guys that, so I got some quotes from some people that were tweeted. Because we got some guys that are alumni of HBCUs seem to be offended. Some of these guys are using HBCUs to get clout. I mean,
man,
these young guys.
Look,
yeah.
I saw that as well. I saw people saying, well, why when he had a chance, he didn't go? Well, let's talk about that. When he had a chance, how old was he? 17, 18? And even at that, if you look at it, it's the same thing. It's the same reason why a lot of people who make that criticism go buy Nike over Pro Wings if they still make Pro Wings. It's because you have been taught that one is so much better. Right. And at 18 years old, you're looking at, well, this one has more money. They play on TV more. For my whole life, I have been told that this school is better than these other schools. And so what people are going to do is choose what they think is best. But there's a thing called hindsight. And he's looking at it in hindsight as somebody who is matured and grown up and can look back on it and say, I wish I would have done that. There's a lot of us that are adults that say we wish we would have done something differently. And I'm never going to be the person that's going to relegate the person to be quiet if they come to light later. If he's coming to light now, at least he's coming to light. Yeah. At least if he's understanding it now, at least he's coming to that understanding. And so we have to keep that in mind when we make these quick snap judgments. Oh, he's just using the money. Boogie is a multimillionaire. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of ways he could get a spotlight. Yeah. You understand?
No, they weren't talking about Boogie and about the spotlight. They talking about they got a little young kid, like 16 years old, named Mikey Williams.
That's cool.
They talking about him. He got 2 million followers, but he's trying to get some more, I guess they say. I mean,
let him. If you support, I saw people criticizing Boogie, but I'm going to say,
I didn't see that. My bad. I didn't see that. Yeah. My bad. Okay.
But to the kids, look, these colleges and these schools, they use the kids to get more followers, to get more money, to get more subscribers, to get better TV deals.
Right.
So what is wrong with the kids using a situation to make their situation better? It's called leverage.
Yeah.
These kids are learning how to use leverage.
That's
So
what they're
instead of
doing.
people only being able to use
Yeah.
leverage against them,
Right.
they are learning how to use leverage against the institutions that only been able to just squeeze out everything they have. So I don't have no problem with a kid saying, you know what, I'm going to use this opportunity to give myself more exposure, because you can't name me a politician that don't do it. You can't name me a corporation that don't do it. Hell, half of these corporations now that are pretending to be simply just for Black people are only doing it for the monetization of it. They don't really care. So why would we criticize the kids who are actually in the situation getting monetized off of, if they want to go ahead and boost their status off of the timing? Everybody else is doing it. Why put down the people that are getting used to do it?
Hey, I got a little later, I got, you know what I told you about this morning. Anthony Weston, I got one for you in a little bit, but I got to get off this we got to talk about this HBCU. So I was going through some tweets. I got a few tweets, right? I just got a few of them in Facebook and Boom Boom Room, Facebook and YouTube. Do me a favor. Y'all get ready, because I want to hear y'all response. I know we got a 10-second delay, but I want to hear y'all response to these. I was thinking about y'all. I'm trying to put my password back in. I was thinking about y'all when I got these questions. So one person tweeted, I didn't write their names down, but he said, all it would take is for Nike and Adidas to start funneling the money to the HBCUs, then the facilities improve, and more kids will attend. Get a good TV deal, and boom, the SWAC is bigger than the Big 12. And boom, the SWAC is bigger than the Big 12. It's coming. They just haven't figured out how to profit from it yet. Merchandise and money. What do y'all think about that one? What do y'all think? I got another one for you. What do y'all think about that one? Do you think it's coming? If Nike and if they figure out how to wait, because if Nike figure out a way to monetize it, it's gonna happen. Like they did Colin Kaepernick. Okay.
Yeah.
So, don't get it twisted. So then one of the guys, I guess in a rebuttal to this guy, however, these top Black athletes who feel like they are good enough to play in the NFL or the NBA, main priority is money also. Especially considering the background they come from. That money is a way more important than them having HBCU pride. It sucks for the HBCU, but that's just how it is. What do y'all think about that one?
The players bring the money. Once you get the players, then the money's going to come. Nike and Adidas corporations are going to go where the people are going. The people are going to watch the players. If you start getting top athletes, people are going to be attracted.
But don't
and
it
then
have
that's
to be
going
more
to
than
attract
one?
the advertisers.
But don't it have to be more than one? You can't just have one. We got to have a abundance of them, right?
Yeah, you have to have an abundance of them. We have to look at these corporations like corporations. They're not going to do anything that isn't profitable. And one athlete isn't going to make it profitable, because we're not all going to be able to go to that one stadium in that one city where that athlete is playing. But if we do get an influx of athletes, then Nike is going to do what's most advantageous for them and take and jump onto the moment. That's what they're going to do. But if we do start getting those players, I think we see a tectonic shift as far as the quality of players. If the players, look, if people change the perception, and the perception was that these Black colleges could bring you the same benefits as going to the other colleges, then you would get people to go. And this is something, and I learned this from my dad. If you're good enough, because people keep talking about the money, if you are good enough, they're going to come find you because you are worth something. They're going to come get you.
That's a good point. And you know what's so unique? Guess what? I got this feeling. I got a moment. Guess what kind of moment I got? I got a Gemma moment. I got to check in on Gemma right quick, y'all. So some of the people who ain't seen it, I got to check in on my girl right quick. Check this out. If you're just If you're just tuning in, I want you to listen to this.
Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. My name is Jeremy, and this is my daughter, Gemma. Today we're here asking and hoping, with high hopes, that you can be of assistance in donating for the benefit and care of Gemma's scoliosis treatment. Last year, Gemma was diagnosed with scoliosis. At the time of her diagnosis, her curvature was that of 35 degrees. As of May this year, her curvature has now progressed to 52 degrees. With scoliosis, it is deemed that anything 40 degrees or greater is considered severe. With Gemma being at 52 degrees curvature, she is well past the threshold of 40 degrees being considered severe. Now we are in a critical action state, and this is why we're here asking that you can be of assistance in helping us reach our target goal for Gemma for the care of her scoliosis treatment. We hope that you're able, and we hope that you also can spread the awareness of this by sharing this message with others. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gemma, and I just wanted to thank the Chop Shop for allowing me to join their live and for giving me their time to tell them how much this means to me and how much this benefits me about my back and about how many donations and how much the donations mean to me. And thank you for the viewers and members and everybody that's watching this for the donations. I really am grateful for that, and thank you.
It's my girl, man. It's my girl there, man. We gonna make this thing happen, boy. Y'all know it. I had to play that. That's my moment. Now we can get back. We can get back to this. I had to have a moment, and I heard you talking. Let me give you another one. Let me give you another one because I gave them some. They said, somebody said in rebuttal to these guys' tweets, they said, no, times are changing. Every black kid, check this one out. This one new. I haven't heard this one. Every black kid in the Sun Belt, the AAC, the C Conference USA, and the MAC should transfer to a HBCU. Guess why? They aren't stars anyway and would have a better college experience. The Power 5 kids should come as the TV or the money starts coming. It's not cool. They said it's not cool to coon for coins any longer. The coon for coins. I don't like that word. It's not cool to coon for coins any longer. It's not cool no more. And
yeah, I understand that.
Hey,
look,
about that. I ain't never thought about that one.
Look, I have a question, and well, a question and a statement. The statement is, I think it's about us realizing our value and these players realizing their value. The value is in the player. The value is in the student athletes, not the institution, not the stadium they are playing in. Right. They would come watch these kids play on cement in the park if that's where they were playing. They are not there because they have this illustrious campus. When is the last time you watched a basketball game and they focused on the campus? They focus on the players.
Yeah, ESPN don't go. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't go talk about the campus. They talk about the players. That's great.
They don't care.
Great analogy.
They don't care. They pretend to care, but that's ancillary. They care about the players. But then my question is this.
Okay.
Now, being in Houston, and I would always get confused. I was listening to the radio one day, and there was the biggest HBCU game of the year. The biggest game will be held at the Cotton Bowl. And I'm like, the Cotton Bowl? Why are you guys holding the game at the Cotton Bowl? And then, so I went to go try to find out the historical value of the Cotton Bowl, and just mysteriously they changed their name to the Cotton Bowl, but there's no real reason why. So one, that always kind of threw me off. And then two, if you have a facility, and I don't know, so maybe somebody could answer this. So if you have a facility like Prairie View, which is a wonderful facility, and this is after Prairie View was built. I was at NRG, and they were holding another HBCU game at NRG. I'm saying, why don't you guys hold these games at Prairie View instead of giving these people all this money for this game? So, and somebody told me, well, because we don't want to give them all that money. And so I said, so instead of giving another black college all that money, you'd rather give it to the Cotton Bowl and to NRG. And that was the consensus. So if we want change, we got to change the way we think too. And if somebody knows why that is, I don't know why. But to me, it would seem as if, why don't you just hold the game at Prairie View and do some type of profit sharing with the other schools until they could get their facilities up to par? But taking the games and putting the games in a facility where the schools aren't making, I want to see the schools make all of the money, not some of the money. Because when you take the game and you play the NRG at the Cotton Bowl, they're receiving a lot of that revenue. And so I say, let's do it within what we have and build up from there, because that's how other organizations do it. But I don't know if that the why. So maybe somebody know, because I know we have a lot of people who are.
What Coach Morris said, Prairie View doesn't hold 55,000 people. But damn, excuse me, sir. It wasn't no 55,000 people in there, was it? Does it be 55,000 people in every? No, I'm talking about in every game. I mean, does it? I think that's great, Coach, just to think about that. But hold up, there's more. They said as far as the kids from smaller conferences, I agree. This a guy. He tweeted. He said, I agree. Would be nice to see more HBCU kids. Get those HBCU, get those type of kids, the guys at the smaller conference. However, the original topic of this conversation was brought up by DeMarcus Cousins, who was a blue chip kid in high school. So they were talking about DeMarcus Cousins. So then I got you another one. They said, if you hold up, y'all, these tweets something else now. If you from the hood and don't got SHIT, you not giving a damn about uplifting HBCU status. Your main goal is getting to the league and getting paid, especially when you're 17, 18 years old. Kids that age not even thinking on that level of life. It is not cooning doing what's best for you. I guess that's the dude, answered the dude talking about the coon. He says not cooning when you're doing what's best for you. What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
Why don't we work on making historically black colleges being what can be considered what's best for you?
But if you're from the hood, you ain't
that's
thinking
the perception thing.
If you're from the hood, you ain't thinking about that, they saying.
Well, I would combat that thought, and I think that's somebody that's kind of out of touch, because if you look around and you see these mass protests, 40, 50,000 people at a time, young people that care about a change, how can you say these kids they don't care? They do care. They care about social things. I have a 17-year-old daughter. And she talked to me about social things that you think these kids don't care about, but they very well do care about. But we don't communicate with them to know that they do care. These kids care. I've had the conversation with my daughter about a historically black college. I've had the conversation with my little cousin, Jaden, who is a wonderful basketball player who is now looking at different options and things of that nature. These kids, they care. We have to let them understand that one school isn't so much intrinsically better to where your life is going to be so much better if you go to one and not the other. It's a perception thing. So a kid from the hood, if he didn't perceive an HBCU as a lesser of a value, we wouldn't have to worry about that thought. That's all I'm saying. Let's make the perceived value just as high as other colleges.
Guess what, Tyrone? I got to address this question, because the first time I ever stepped up and put my face against a microphone, okay? I was on Chris Walker's show, and this lady was the guest on the show too. That's Coach Leah Denley, And she got a comment. Thank you, Leah. Leah, I remember that. The first time I ever even thought about it, I was just a guest on the show. And I came on the show and you were there. And I'll never forget it. And she said, check this out. This is why I love to see what women say. She says, a high school recruit, I chose a PWI over HBCU merely because of facilities. Having worked at the Ivy League, because she coached in the Ivy League, she coached in the Big Ten, she coached in the Ohio Valley Conference, she coached in the SWAC, and she coached in the MAC, all Division I conferences, okay? She said the players are the draw. I learned that after I graduated. I recruited and received commitments of top 20 players at every school, and it's about the environment and the college experience. Wow.
It's about the environment. It's the environment. I seen a comment that say USC play right in the middle of the hood, and I will attest to that. They play right in the middle of the hood.
I've been there.
When you at USC, as soon as you walk off the campus, you in gangland. And so,
Hey.
and look, all the facilities aren't what you think. But if we start getting some of these players and some of that revenue comes in, then the facilities change. So we can take care of all that.
Okay, that was unique. Okay, thank you. Oh, that my man Angel there. Angel said he want to check the attendance. He said PV verse, okay, the 10. Oh yeah, it is 50. Okay, it's 50-some thousand. See, I didn't know that. So 50-some thousand can't fit.
I didn't know.
They can't fit in there. You know he from California, man.
I didn't know. That's why I had to ask, and that's why I'm so glad that the Chop Shop has such a well-rounded audience.
Oh, they unbelievable
because they can answer the question. That's why I said this is a question. Yeah, they're unbelievably sharp. I'm looking at some of these things that people are saying.
So
they're unbelievably sharp.
I go back and look at these comments when I get off the show because I can't see all of them, and I be saying, "Man, I wish I had got that." That's all right. When this thing I'm gonna have an assistant that makes sure I don't miss a wait a minute, a good one, because some of y'all be playing around sometime now. Okay, all right, okay. I got another tweet for y'all now. Got another one. These people be tweeting, man. I'm sitting like I was preparing for the show, and I got more though. Well, check this out. That's where the shoe companies come into play, because one day these blue chip kids would get the same brown bag to play at a HBCU as they would at a PWI. Then it would be cooning. Also, there would be good athletes from good families. Every kid ain't a project baby from a broken home. And I like that. All kids are not from broken homes.
That's true.
And a lot of people, they always categorize, if you're a basketball player, you're from the hood. Hell no, my son wasn't from the hood. Yeah, but I walked in the gym.
True.
I promise y'all, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. My son I ain't never heard my son curse all this career. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know my son cursed. I messed around and snuck in the gym. I'm in the West Side gym. He didn't see me in the corner. And he blocked somebody's shot and said, "Get that shit out of here, ninja." Hey, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Don't tell him he ain't on the show today. I was a little heartbroken. I thought he was just the nicest look. And then everybody telling me, "Oh, coach, he cuss all the time." But guess what? He didn't do it around me. But guess what I told him? Derek and Kim, get what I promise you. I said, "Hey, man, what if your grandma was up here visiting the school and just happened to walk in here and hear that dude?" Then he said, "Oh, my bad. I said, "But I didn't know. Rick, I did not know. I mean, because he never did it. I guess he never did it. I mean, he don't go cuss around his dad. Well, some of these people do. But Tyrone, it's amazing, man. Everybody ain't from the projects, and that's how what I got out of that one. But I got one more. This is the last one, and we can just talk about it. He said that is. Then you got, we had one of these now. You got it. It's always one of these on the feed. That is never gonna happen. The white man had a perfect plan. The Negro naysayers, hold up. You ain't got the Negro naysayer. We got the, hey, Tyrone, we can't cancel him. He said, he said this will just stop your ears up a little bit. He said, this is never going to happen. The white man had a perfect plan to get rid of the HBCU athletic pipeline, just like the Native Americans way back when. They got way too much money in these big institutions. Those companies you mentioned not going to funnel no money to no HBCU. Now I'll let y'all have at it.
They're going to funnel money into whatever is profitable. And at the same time, we could look beyond their money too and start looking at ourselves. Instead of always talking about what something that can't happen, we should focus on things that can happen. I like to say this, Hatter. Sometimes people say, Tyrone, you can't save the world. I say, well, hell, get out the way and let me try.
Oh!
I don't know. That's fine. I mean, get out the way and let me try. Why do you want to stop Why do you want to stop upward trajectory? That makes no sense. To say that it can't happen, well, again, it's leverage. It's not about what they will do. It's about what we can make them do. Again, like the comment said, they're there for the athletes. They're there for the talent. And so what we have to do is, if we change the perception, everything changes.
So,
but to say can't, I don't live by that word. I don't enjoy that.
But I had to throw him in. I had to throw him in because I got a teaching moment. You know, like, I don't know if you ever seen that movie. What's the movie? I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. And he stopped up. Teaching moment, whatever he said. It's a teaching moment in the movie, right? This is what I got for you, y'all. And y'all can just go back and rewind this one and later. Y'all, I'm gonna give y'all this one free. Avoid the Negro naysayer. The person who finds a problem for every solution. These people don't build, they destroy. They don't love, they hate. They don't defend, they attack. Because deep down, they don't believe black people are capable of building anything. Don't y'all ever forget that. Don't you ever forget that. Go back and rewind that one and put it in your notes. Because let me tell you something. The most influential voice in your life is the one in your head. That's the most influential voice in the. Don't you let these people influence you. Now, what you got to say, Tyrone? I just pop my collar.
Don't ever. You know what? I'm a pop mine on that one too. That was strong. Don't let nobody say what we can't do or what you can't do. Oftentimes, people will tell you what you can't do based on what they feel they can't do. So don't let anybody else's lack of expectations for themselves or lack of motivation for themselves impede your motivation, impede what you believe that could be done. Because I agree with what you said, Robert. The most influential voice in the world is the one in your head. And if the one in your head is telling you that you can't, then hell, you can't. Easy as that. If the one is telling you you can, then you can. Simple.
Hey.
But don't say that. But as a whole, to say that we can't, that's saying that okay, that is basically again saying that we are inferior and we can't figure things out. We can figure things out. What we need is for people to stop perpetuating thoughts like that hold us back.
You know,
we can do it.
I was thinking about it the other day with my son. I mean, me and my son was talking about some guy. He in that rat race up there on Wall Street. He thinking about doing something. I mean, one day him and his partner in there, they call him. He asking me advice about certain items in golf because they trying to invent something. Them little old boys up there they said, man, I'm not finna keep working for these folks now. I'm just building my chips. I'm stacking my chips. That's how they thinking. But I told him, I said, the dude kept talking. I said, Robert.
Imagine somebody told him he can't, Hatter.
No, you know what I told him?
Imagine somebody told him you can't. You stuck here with these people forever.
Zero. I told him, baby, you a Ferrari, man. that other dude is a Tesla. He ain't making no noise. And dropped the mic on him. I said, you a Ferrari, he a Tesla. He ain't making. And if you know anything about a Teslas, they're quiet. They don't make no noise. So that's where I got the analogy from. So y'all can use that one. I'll let y'all use that one. Somebody get to talk, say, dude, I'm a Ferrari, man. You a Tesla, you ain't making no noise. Out of here. Hell out of here. Hey. Hey, man. You know, I love this show, man. I love sharing with people, man. Oh, we're overtime. We finna get out of here. I'm not finna work Tyrone like I did yesterday. But Tyrone, man, thank you so much, man. It's the end of our week. You know, I get a chance. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you. I saw some other people. Thank you, Rick Wilmore. Yeah, you can steal it, Carrie. Carrie, let me tell you something. The best wisdom is pleasurism. Only stupidity is original. So you take, see, I'm on one today. Y'all got to stop me. Stop me now.
You on one today.
Stop me.
It's
Stop
the end of the week. You on one today.
Yeah. You know, so Carrie, still that one. I want you to take it, man. And remember that one. Only wisdom is pleasurism. Stupidity, the stupidity one, this got the problem. So, but yeah, it's a baby Friday. No, we don't need no Friday show. Oh no, only a stupidity is original. But no, we don't need no Friday. I got a little work. Hey, I got to go make a little money tomorrow. Okay, I got to do something tomorrow. And then I'm gonna go play a little golf. And so that's all, man. Y'all, hold on. Let me say y'all something. Hold on. Let me show y'all something that happened last night. Hold on, let me give y'all something. Hold on, quick. Check this out. Let me tell y'all something. Poetry in motion. I call him Michelangelo. Coach, why you call me Michelangelo, Coach? Because every time you go on the floor, you paint a masterpiece, son.
Oh, yeah.
Every time you're out there. Do y'all see that?
Hatter, people look at his basketball IQ?
Yes.
At such a young age, making the good decisions, making the good passes, taking the good shots, knowing when to take control. That kid don't, watch out for it. I sit here and I watch from a distance, and people don't know that I got my eye on BG.
Coach, and the kid is thinking about going out of town and play in California. And I would tell, if I was everybody from the sound of my voice, do me a favor. He ain't watching the show. Go to his Facebook feed, his social media. Do me a favor. Y'all, this us talking. Help me out. Go to his Instagram, his Twitter, whatever he got, and said, BG, don't leave. BG, don't leave. I need you. Give him one of your greatest experiences that you had when you met him. Because if you met him, you wouldn't have never said nothing about him. Only people talking about him, the guys who ain't never met him. Only people talking negative about him are the guys that, and let me tell you something. It's always some Negro naysayers out here. So there's some people think LeBron still can't play. Okay? So it's okay. But do me a favor. Y'all go and do me a favor and just email, just text him. Let him know. Let him know that hey, BG, don't leave. Man, we want to see you continue your legacy in Houston. Listen, I've done this stuff for a living for 30 years. Ladies and gentlemen, and the clowns who think he's not that good, the clowns who told me he's above the rim, he's an above the rim guard, Robert. You know, they have all that old talk, that old evaluation talk. Well, he's above the rim. His calves is not developed. His ankles and all that that mess. You know, y'all gonna get me to cussing on here when you talk about my son. I mean, my nephew. So he's an above the rim guard. Now, wait a minute. Don't you have to get above the rim to dunk the ball? Didn't y'all see him dunk the ball? So that's a lie. It's a lie.
Oh, man.
So Tyrone, all I'm telling, you don't have to, listen, go on his social media, watch it anyway. You follow him anyway. You know everything he do anyway. Even your haters. He said, BG, my greatest experience is watching you. Tell the kid, everybody want to be loved. So, hey, that's thank you, Latrice, for reminding me. I had it already queued up, as you can see. I had a lot of other stuff queued up that we just gonna have to get me on Monday. But thank you again, Tyrone. Thank you, Michael Jordan talking about Cali is nice. Yes, but Houston is nicer. Houston is nicer. Cali is nice, but Houston, guess what? He can play to Houston. Hold up. He can play to Houston, and then I'll take him on a vacation in Cali anytime he wants to. Yeah, Cali is nice to visit, but guess what? I ain't trying to live out there. Now, I'm just telling you. Look at Tyrone.
Look at the number of people that are leaving California on a daily basis to go to more thriving metropolises around the country, especially Texas. Let me say this real quick before we get out of here, Hatter. When you said go follow him, I think it's important because we're living in a technological age. Mm-hmm. So if these kids aren't on here acting crazy or acting ignorant or nothing like that, go ahead and follow them and show them support because it's going to do something that you may not realize. Let's say the kid doesn't make it. Mm-hmm. And I'm no kid in general, but let's say the kid doesn't make it. Mm-hmm. But in the 4 years in high school, couple years in college, they amass a big enough following, they can still make money off the internet. So help these kids make some money. There's other things going on. So you can follow them, and instead of always letting them be the product, let them learn leverage. Let's teach them leverage, and they can make money off of their own likeness by us just simply following them. If you're going to talk bad about them or talk good about them, just go follow them so they can turn it into some paper just in case. Because we always hear, well, these kids, they end up with nothing. Well, you know what? They're starting a backup plan right in front of your eyes.
Keep on, man. You got to come on, man. You can't stop there. I like that.
Well, that's what it is. That's what we're moving to. A lot of these kids are going to be able to get paid off of the following and subscribers that they amount and amass. And so I encourage to go ahead and follow them. Let them be children. Let them be kids. Don't encourage any buffoonery or nothing they shouldn't be doing. But if they just got a little social media page where they showing themselves hoop or play football or whatever track or they school stuff or whatever they do, go ahead. You don't even have to really pay attention to it, but be a part of those numbers to help them turn it into money, because we're always talking about revenue. We're always talking about being able to monetize things. And these kids are monetized off of by coaches, by recruiters, everybody monetizing them kids, because without the kids, none of those jobs are even necessary. So let's help these kids monetize themselves. And that's what they're doing on social media. And there's nothing that nobody could do about it, but we can help. And so that's all I wanted to say about that. Let's go ahead and help these kids pad themselves just in case they don't make it to wherever they want to make it. And make sure that we support Gemma.
Yeah. Hey, man, let me tell you something. I misspelled Gemma's name. I'm sorry, Gemma. I was going too fast. I was trying to type fast and put it on the screen. I got it right now, baby. I got it right now. I got it right. I wore this salmon shirt for you today. Support Gemma. You know, we support everything else. Let's support her. But thank you so much, Tyrone. And thank you. And over this weekend, y'all, get your friend, tell another friend. What I want you to do, just go subscribe. Push that button. It don't take how many seconds does it take, Tyrone, to go to subscribe to YouTube? Huh? Tyrone.
You can go and subscribe. You could go subscribe and hit the notification bell. You can get all that done within 1 minute.
Go do that for me over the weekend. Let's see how many people we can go before Monday when we sign on. When we sign, do me a favor, y'all. Y'all know I don't ask for much. But when we sign on Monday, I want a significant increase. A significant increase of the. I don't know what number. What number should I shoot for, Tyrone? You know, what number should I shoot for, Tyrone?
We got 39 people on here. We should at least shoot for a 20. Shoot for 20.
So 20 people.
We want to see 40.
So 20.
It should be 464.
Okay, what'd you say? What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
It should be up to 464.
Okay.
I said we should get up to 464
about over the weekend. So let's make
if we at least get 20 people.
Hey, we got the power to do it. We got the power to support Gemma. You got the powers. We got the power to get on Bryce's social media, get on BG's social media. Don't tell him I told you, and let's go make that happen. Thank you, Greg Wiles. Thank you, Leah. Leah said, absolutely, Tyrone. My last employer checked my electronic footprint during my vetting process. It's real. I advise everybody to build your e-footprint depending on the industry, especially education, business, and athletics. See, think about it, Tyrone. I used to be private.
Numbers.
I didn't never allow people. Now, guess what? I'm going to start allowing people to follow me now. If I just don't. Yeah, hey, listen to me. When I follow you, when I let you follow me on Facebook, okay? Don't be coming up there trying to send me no direct messages right now. I don't know you yet. I had to X somebody out the other day did that, man. No, for real, y'all. I ain't trying to. No, man. Let's just keep it classy. Yeah, as soon as I let you in, wave and talk about hide and sending messages. No. Watch the chop shop first. Find out how crazy I am before you want to try to be all that. So it's so I thought I'd add that. So look here, y'all. So the Baller TV stuff, we're gonna have to pray for them because I tried to watch this Jimmy's the Southwest Academy this weekend, evaluation camp this weekend, and I mean yesterday, and I couldn't. I watched one game and it wasn't that good. And I mean, I guess the internet. We got to figure out how to get that internet better out there. Kimberly, no, I don't know Kimberly. I don't know Kimberly. No,
I know what he need.
Kimberly, let me tell you what they did. No, they did. Kimberly, guess what they did to me? I didn't know you can try to call on Facebook. They called me and my dumb butt answered the phone. I answered the Facebook thing. And I said, hell no, I clicked that thing off. No, man, don't be doing nobody like that. Don't do nobody like that. I want to increase my digital footprint, not my footprints in your behind. So let me tell you something. We out of here, man. Hey, man, Tyrone, boy, let me tell you something. You're a lifesaver. Man, I just appreciate you. I can't wait to Sunday. Man, tell me what I'm going to be Sunday. What I got to do? Send me the address. Well, I got the address. Tell me what we're going to be doing Sunday right quick. You and I.
Sunday, we are going to be at the ranch office. It's in Houston. Everybody's going to be socially distanced. We're going to have between 10 and 12 African-American gentlemen from different backgrounds. We're going to come together and we're going to talk from the perspective of a Black man in the United States. So we're going to just have a open, honest dialogue. And again, this is show that we can have these dialogues. We may not all think the same, but we can have dialogues and get along after. So we're going to do that. We're going to film it. We're going to show a little bit of it live, but we're going to put it out there in a nice package so people can see where we're coming from without filters of corporations saying, well, you can say this, you can't say that, or somebody having to worry about things. And so we're just going to do that. And look, if you guys can, go to Soapbox Heroes on YouTube and subscribe as well.
Yes.
Just hit the button. But that's what we're doing. And thank you for coming, Hatter. You know I always call you and we talk for hours sometimes. And I appreciate you coming.
Yeah.
And again, we're going to have a good group of guys. And so I think it's going to be good. If you guys see it, look out for it. You're going to get some real intrinsic feelings from African-American men. And it's just going to be how we feel.
I got to represent the Chop Shop, so it's going to be on. I don't know what the hell I'm going to say, but it's going to be on. So Tyrone, we're going to yabba dabba do this thing. And Jimma, baby, we got you, baby. But we're going to yabba dabba do this thing and slide down Dino's back. And we'll see y'all later.
Slide down the back.
Bye.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop.